Okay, this is the 11th attempt at trying to get this video right. The UEFA and the ECA, which is the European Club Association, have met, and they're basically saying this Super League, breakaway Super League, won't happen. They say in order for it not to happen, UEFA have come up with some ideas. Yeah, UEFA and ideas. I do this a lot because they're reactionary. They're not proactionary. They react to things and they come up with really mind-bogglingly unnecessary ideas that are crap. They want to change the European format. They haven't said how they're going to change it, but they're looking at ways to change it. Quite simple. You get rid of the European group stages of the Champions League and Europa League and make it straight cup knockout football like the domestic cups. It means you play less games, less fixture congestion. I don't understand the flaw with that. It also means that, yes, some of these elite clubs couldn't get knocked out in the first round, which would be highly embarrassing for them, but also kind of good for the competition. So smaller clubs could have a chance because some clubs really thrive on cup football. But I'm not sure they're going to go down that route. They want to actually have more European games than club games because they also plan to fiddle with the domestic competitions, which is a no-no. Don't do it. At no point are the fans mentioned in all this kind of planning. It seems they want to keep the elite very elite and the less elite even down. They want to basically keep the nobles of the elite clubs versus the peasants of the 95 to 98% of the other clubs that are at elite status according to UEFA. And the European qualifications should not just be for the elites. They're trying to now go, oh, by the way, you can be really crap at club level, like really poor, like mid-table team, verging on relegation, but you can still get to European club football on a regular basis. That's not a good way to make it fun and enjoyable because it just means a club that clearly has struggled domestically hasn't made it into the top four, top six, hasn't really shown a challenge for its domestic title because you've now fiddled with the domestic title to make sure that these elite clubs stay elite. You want to put them into European club competition for them to get battered to make the elite clubs look better. That's basically what they're saying. It's these structures are designed to keep these elite clubs happy by making them win all the time. It's boring. It's crap. And fiddling with domestic football is a big no-no on my part. At no point are any of the fans mentioned. Fans, we're nothing. We're a commodity. We're not people. We don't have a say. At no point do we, the fans groups, have a say. It's only the UEFA and the ECA so far having meetings. No one has mentioned the domestic federations, what they feel, and I would expect a strong reaction from many clubs. Strong reaction to the restructuring of club competitions like domestic leagues and cups that have functioned well for sometimes up to 150 years with the FA Cup. Really don't do it. I would say 150 years. I think it's less than that, but over 100 years of the FA Cup at least. Don't do it. That's a dangerous slope. UEFA are being reactionary to 16 clubs. Basically, look, we have all the money. We make you all the money. We can take that money away from you. UEFA have come back and said, you want to be greedy? We'll sanction you by saying you can't reapply to join your domestic league structures at the top. You have to go right to the bottom league and work your way up the hard way. And by the way, we're taking all your money off you. It's basically millionaires and billionaires throwing their toys out the pram because they can't agree how to make as much money as possible and share it. They don't want to share the money. It just shows the greed of football. I hope the Super League goes ahead and fails, and I hope European football's bubble bursts money-wise because it needs some chaotic crap to happen for it to see how lunacy this is. The fact that some of these elite clubs have breached financial fair play and have got around it because UEFA aided them in doing so says enough. The fact that Der Spiegel highlighted a lot of dodgy goings on with financial fair play, corruption, and this Super League says enough. And some of the clubs involved should be ashamed of themselves. It doesn't surprise me that the wealthy clubs that regularly breach rules are where they are. Doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that fans have been taken for granted. Yeah, I find it funny that the Spanish clubs involved, like Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico, were the ones protesting when the Liga wanted to take the games to America, but they're more than happy to form their own Super League and still fuck over the fans. The hypocrisy of all of this, the greed of all of this. They don't want to take games to America because they weren't informed, so they wanted to throw a huff. But when they want to do something that doesn't benefit the fans and they get caught out, they throw a huff. It's complete utter hypocrisy by all in the top levels of the game. And this is why I'm starting to hate football more and more every day. I really am. There's a reason why I watch other sports more and enjoy other sports more now. Football for me has become grubby. It is so corrupt at the top level that it's unbelievable. Fans are taken for granted. And now we're seeing with the EFL and the Professional Footballers Association, there are divisions here at home, and there's corruption scandals against clubs here in the UK. Fulham. Yeah, I'm throwing Fulham in there under investigation for corruption allegations and welfare allegations against them. I don't know where this will end. I'm hoping the money bubble bursts. I actually want the money bubble to burst. I'm being very cynical here, but I've reached a point where I don't love the game anymore because it's over-corporated. There's too much corporation crap, too much sponsorship, walls to wall, and grassroots level and lower league clubs are going bust, yet these 12 to 16 clubs get richer off the backs of the 95% of clubs that struggle to survive day in, day out, or don't make anywhere near as much money because it's not fairly distributed. And this is where I'd say a salary cap, please, and a spending cap. If the North American leagues, the most capitalist continent in the world, with the USA, the most capitalist country in the world, can enforce a salary cap that works in all its major leagues, why can't Europe, the most socio-capitalist, so there is a left-wing motion here, can't, because it's against regulation, EU regulation. It's bizarre. So there's politics involved as well, but I hope it doesn't happen. I hope that they see sense, but I know they won't because they've got too much in their wallet and not enough care for us fans. Because without us, the sport is just crap. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your thoughts below. I know I'm being a bit more cynical and a bit more off base than I normally am. I'm normally very balanced in what I say, but I've got to the point now with football where I feel so disgusted by the sport that I used to love. I've fallen out of love with it for these reasons, because of the greed, because of the lack of transparency, because of the corruption and the allegations of it, and it's got to the point now where I'd rather turn my back on it and focus on other sports because they're more fun, they're more accessible, they're cheaper to watch, they're more enjoyable to watch. The players are more down to earth and not up their own arse with their amount of money they've got and their lack of entitlement. That's why I like rugby players and ice hockey players. They're not paid anywhere near as much, and they're more down to earth and more humble. Football players are not humble. They're just got this air of elitism about them when actually they're nothing special, and half of them aren't well educated. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Rant over, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.